Welcome to the best 100 curiosities about animals that seem straight out of science fiction. Let's begin. 1. The tardigrade is an almost indestructible animal. It can survive in the vacuum of space and at extreme radiation levels. 2. The axolotl can regenerate any part of its body, including the brain and heart, a capability that seems otherworldly. 3. The Turritopsis dorni jellyfish is biologically immortal. It can reverse its life cycle and become young again. 4. The vampire squid has sensitive filaments that extend like an inverted umbrella in the depths. 5. The eye has a long, bony finger with which it taps trees to locate larvae, like a living detector. 6. The Komodo dragon has venom in its bite and can take down prey much larger than itself. 7. The red-lipped batfish appears to be wearing lipstick and prefers to walk on the seafloor rather than swim. 8. The panda ant is actually a wingless wasp whose venom is incredibly potent. 9. The Pompeii worm lives in hydrothermal vents and can withstand temperatures that would melt almost any other being. 10. The long-eared jerboa has disproportionately large ears that give it an alien appearance. 11. The mimic octopus can imitate the shape and movement of more than 15 different animals, such as sea snakes and lionfish. 12. The Lord Howe Island stick insect was believed to be extinct for decades before being rediscovered on a sea stack. 13. The narwhal has a tusk that is actually a sensory tooth that can detect changes in the water. 14. The glass frog has transparent skin on its belly, and you can see all its internal organs. 15. The coelacanth is a living fossil that was believed to be extinct for millions of years. 16. The atlas moth has wings whose tips resemble a snake's head to ward off predators. 17. The thorny devil can drink through its skin, channeling water through tiny grooves to its mouth. 18. The stonefish is the most venomous fish in the world and perfectly camouflages itself as a rock. 19. The star-nosed mole has a ring of tentacles on its nose that it uses like eyes to feel the world. 20. The gharial has an extremely thin, tooth-filled snout, perfect for fishing. 21. The armadillo lizard rolls up like an armadillo and is covered in spiky scales that look like armor. 22. The snub-nosed monkey sneezes when it rains because the water enters its upward-facing nose. In 23, the yeti crab has claws covered in silky hair containing bacteria that detoxify the water. 24. The Suriname toad incubates its young in holes on its back, from which they emerge fully formed. 25. The goblin shark can project its jaws forward like a movie monster to capture prey. 26. The leaf insect is practically indistinguishable from a real leaf, even swaying with the wind. 27. The platypus has a duck bill, beaver tail, and detects electricity with its snout. 28. The peacock spider performs a complex dance and displays its vibrant colors to court a mate. 29. The pufferfish creates intricate geometric circles in the sand to attract a mate. 30. The Tyrannobdella rex leech has giant teeth and was recently discovered in a human nose. And 31. The bee hummingbird is the smallest bird in the world and can flap its wings 200 times per second. 32. The electric eel can generate discharges of up to 600 volts to stun its enemies. 33. The panther chameleon can change color in seconds and has a tongue twice as long as its body. 34. The wombat makes cube-shaped feces to prevent its droppings from rolling and to mark its territory. 35. The Hercules beetle can lift 850 times its own weight. 36. The anglerfish can croak like a frog and has a mouth so large it can swallow prey its own size. 37. The cassowary is the most dangerous bird in the world and can inflict mortal wounds with its feet. 38. The okapi looks like a cross between a zebra and a giraffe and has a tongue so long it cleans its eyes with it. 39. The basket starfish looks like a coral organism with extremely branched arms. 40. The leaf-tailed gecko perfectly camouflages itself against tree bark and has a tail that mimics a dead leaf. 41. The Amazon river dolphin can swim forward and backward with equal ease in flooded waters. 42. The paradise flying snake can flatten its body and glide between distant trees. 43. The cone snail has a venomous harpoon that can be fatal to humans. 44. The rockhopper penguin has yellow feather crests and jumps with both feet instead of walking. So, 45. The slow loris is the only venomous primate and mixes its venom with saliva to bite. 46. The barrel-eye fish has tubular eyes and a transparent head that allows it to see through itself. 47. The diving tree kangaroo can swim in the sea and lives in the jungles of Papua New Guinea. 48. The exploding ant sacrifices itself by bursting its own body to release a sticky toxin. 49. The spiny-backed mouse has quills that detach easily and emits a screech as a warning. 50. The sawfish has a snout full of teeth that it uses to stir up the seafloor and stun fish. 51. The long, wattled umbrella bird has a huge crest that unfurls over its head like an umbrella. 52. The sea slug that looks like a sheep is actually a mollusk that performs photosynthesis like a plant. 53. The Yoda bat has a face that resembles the Jedi Master and is crucial for pollination. 54. The ocean sunfish, Mola mola, is the heaviest bony fish in the world and lays 300 million eggs. 55. The emerald cockroach wasp paralyzes cockroaches and turns them into zombies to host its larvae. 56. The Magellanic goose is monogamous for life and travels in a lifelong pair. 57. The Galapagos lava lizard can regulate its temperature on extremely hot volcanic rocks. 58. The mantis shrimp can strike with the force of a bullet and can see polarized light and cancer in other animals. 59. The three-toed sloth only comes down to the ground once a week to defecate. 60. The hatchetfish has a body so compressed that it looks like a metallic sheet and glows in the dark. 61. The fennec fox has enormous ears that serve as a radiator to dissipate desert heat. 62. The poison dart frog carries its tadpoles on its back until it deposits them in small pools of water. 63. The Japanese spider crab has the longest leg span of any arthropod. 64. The bald uakari has a bright red face that is a direct indicator of its good health. 65. The wobbegong shark camouflages itself on the seafloor, and its mouth looks like a fringed rug. 66. The Vogelkop bowerbird builds elaborate huts and decorates its garden with colorful objects. 67. The Sonoran desert toad can absorb water through its belly and inflate itself like a balloon. 68. The glass lizard can lose its tail like a lizard and is actually a legless lizard. 69. The hairy frogfish has hair-like appendages on its body that are actually gills. 70. The giant water bug inflicts a painful bite and is known for hunting small fish and frogs. 71. The Chinese river dolphin is almost blind and navigates by echolocation in murky waters. 72. The palm cockatoo uses tools to extract larvae from wood with a drumming rhythm. 73. The bobbit worm can reach lengths of 3 meters and attacks with such force that it severs its prey. 74. The kiwi lays an egg that is 20% the size of its body. 75. The matamata turtle looks like a dry leaf and sucks in its prey with a swift movement of its mouth. 76. The fringe-lipped bat feeds on nectar and has an extremely long tongue. 77. The deep-sea viperfish has teeth so long that they don't fit inside its mouth. 78. The tiger beetle is one of the fastest predators in the insect world. 79. The hooded seal inflates a membrane on its nose that looks like a bright red balloon. 80. The secretary bird can walk 20 miles a day and hunts snakes by stomping on them with its feet. 81. The embu pufferfish is the largest freshwater fish and can recognize its owners. 82. The antlion digs funnel-shaped pits in the sand to trap its prey. 83. The basilisk lizard can run across water thanks to the shape of its feet and its speed. 84. The firefly squid emits a blue bioluminescent light that it can turn on and off at will. 85. The pangolin is covered in keratin scales and rolls into a ball to defend itself. 86. The golden silk orb weaver spider spins a web with golden silk that is more resistant than steel. 87. The archerfish spits a jet of water to knock insects off leaves above the water. 88. The Nile rita can generate sounds that are heard above and below the water at the same time. 89. The coconut crab can open coconuts with its powerful claws and climb trees. 90. The assassin spiny insect injects a liquefying venom into its prey and then drinks the remains. 91. the walking catfish can breathe air and move on dry land using its fins. 92. The owl butterfly has spots on its wings that resemble an owl's eyes to scare predators. 93. The star-nosed mole smells underwater by exhaling and quickly inhaling bubbles. 94. The parrotfish produces and excretes white sand, contributing to beach formation. 95. The spotted hyena has a bite stronger than a lion's and digests bones with its gastric juices. 96. The frilled neck lizard stands on its hind legs and unfurls a frill around its neck. 97. The flamingo tongue snail has a shell with stripes that resemble a flamingo's feathers. 98. The dogfish shark sleeps buried in the sand with only its eyes out to watch. 99. The shoebill bird has an enormous shoe-shaped beak that it uses as a weapon. 100. The velvet worm shoots a sticky liquid from its head to immobilize its prey at a distance. If these alien-like animals have impressed you, subscribe for more curiosities, and now on the screen, you have 2 videos that are sure to fascinate you.